But I wanted to pop on real quick tonight to talk through some foam rolling for people who love to take bar classes, because I know it sure does get me very sore, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. And as a running coach, I do a lot of foam rolling to roll out a lot of the same muscles that bar workouts work. So I just wanted to kind of go through a quick routine for anybody who is a big fan of bar as well, to kind of help you recover from those, nasty bar workouts, especially your thighs are shaking, seats shaking. So I want to get that all worked out. I am going to grab my handy dandy foam roller and go through some of the things. So one of the big areas that gets worked during bar exercises are the thighs, lots and lots of thigh work. So to roll out your thighs, you're going to bring your foam roller on the ground. I use a grid foam roller, which I love because it's got a little plastic guy on the inside. This PVC interior helps make it a little firmer, and honestly, I've had this thing for like 3 years. No, 4 now, and it still looks brand new. So it was a little bit more of an investment, but I'm so happy I made that investment. Totally worth it. But take my foam roller, and what I'm going to do is lay on the ground my other leg that I'm not rolling. I'm going to roll my left leg here. My right leg is off the foam roller on the carpet, and then I'm going to bring my quadriceps, or the tops of my thighs, on top of the foam roller here, and then I'm just going to go like up 2 inches and then back an inch, up 2 inches, back an inch. So right now I'm putting pressure towards the inside of my quadriceps. So I'm going to roll the inner part, then I'm going to get the very top of it, and then I'm going to switch and roll the outside part of my quadriceps. So when you're rolling, you want to make sure that you shift positions so that you get all parts of your leg. You want to get the outer part, the inside part, and the middle part on both legs, just to make sure that you're rolling out all of the different parts of your leg. So that would be the tops of the thighs there. Make sure that you get your IT band. That can get pretty tight to do that, yeah. And I'm bringing my hip. So my IT band runs from like my hip here to the outside of my knee, and it's this line here, and most of us, our IT bands are super tight, and when you roll it, you're gonna know. If it hurts, it's probably your IT band. So what I'm going to do is bring my hip around, and again, I'm gonna go down about 2 inches, then back 1, down 2 inches, back 1, and I'm gonna move the entire length of my IT band and go up a couple times, and that's going to help loosen that up. So again, make sure your thighs are nice and loose. And then the back of the thigh, the hamstring, also gets worked a lot, even in some seat exercises. To do that, I have the same leg that I'm working. Oh yeah, make sure you do your IT band on both sides. Obviously, all of these do on both sides. One leg is on top of the foam roller here. If you're super tight, you can keep the other foot like on the carpet and do the same thing. You're gonna wanna roll the inside, the middle, and then kind of the outer part. So you'll go back and down a couple times. If that isn't quite enough pressure, you can cross your legs, and that's going to add extra weight. The more weight you put on what you're rolling, the deeper it's gonna get. So that is thighs. Another big one that really gets sore is seat. So, your nice glute muscles here. So again, you can kind of just sit on the corner of your hip and roll the seat out that way. If you want to get even deeper, think about like a figure 4 pose in yoga. Kind of angle, show you what I'm doing here. So right now my left ankle is just on the very top part of my right thigh, just right above the knee. And so what I'm doing here is kind of helping to really get into my glutes here. So this is a great way to roll out your glutes. And again, trying to get all different parts of the area. So kind of shifting around on the foam roller to make sure that you get all those different areas. You want to make sure that you massage out your lower legs too. Don't use them quite as much in bar, although when you're standing kind of on your tippy toes, you do work it a little bit. To do that, if you're loose, you can, if you're very tight, if your muscles have hardly any give to them, just rolling out with one leg might be enough. If you need more pressure, you can cross the other leg over it. Or if you really want to get deep because you really like pain, you can lift arms, and then use more of your body weight to press in to the calf. And again, you want to massage out, or kind of go back and forth the same way that I just explained with the quads and everything. There is a little spot right where the meaty part of your muscle meets the smaller muscle down in here. Like there's a little area right down there that tends to get a lot of knots in it. You can just like sit with that part and kind of do a little bit of trigger point release right there if that is tight for you. So those are for the legs, the glutes, that sort of thing. And then there are some exercises that we'll do where you get more into like the side and the back. And to do that kind of makes sense. You're just gonna lay with your back on the foam roller. And again, you go just down 2 inches, up an inch, and then you go all the way up and all the way down to kind of help massage out those. You can do it more towards the back and then more along your side too. If like you're kind of getting into your obliques, honestly, you could like lay stomach wise on the foam roller and do that there. And then I know triceps tend to get pretty sore, at least in Pure Barre. we like to work the triceps, and for that you could do something even where you bring your forearm down and you can even press down with the other arm to kind of help try and roll out the triceps a little bit. So it's all about honestly kind of playing around with things and moving your body such that you can find a good spot to really get into what's tight or sore for you. Every person's body is different. Our muscles are all slightly different. We're all tight in different places, and so it's all about what works best for you.